Hey guys, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. I'm ChillingCharly. With Animal Crossing New Horizons having been out since March, players have discovered a ton of incredibly cool ways to play that aren't always common knowledge. I've learned many of these myself, so today I'll be teaching you guys 10 pretty cool tricks you should know. If you're looking forward to this video, be sure to leave a like to show your support, and let's get straight into it. Number 1. Top-down camera view. If you want to get the elusive top-down camera view, which is basically a bird's eye view, there's two ways you can do this. To begin with, you're going to need to be hidden behind something or somewhere where your character is just basically out of view. The first way to get this camera view is to open the terraforming tool, but this can also be more hassle than it's worth if you need that top-down view, and that's it. A much simpler way is to get some fences and equip them. If you're in the current position like I am, the top-down view will happen and you can get this pretty neat angle for whatever you may need it for. Of course, if your character moves back into view, the camera position will revert back, so you can only get this top-down view in certain places. It's pretty cool and it kind of reminds me of old RPG games, which I'm definitely a fan of. Number 2. The Mailbox Trick. If you like taking cool photos in New Horizons, this is one for you. Once you're able to move your mailbox, you can put it in your inventory and take it anywhere you'd like to get a cool angle for your photos. You'll need to position the mailbox exactly where you'd like to take the photo and time it correctly so the photo comes out just how you'd like. What I'm showing on screen is a good way to take a neat photo, like this one, but you'll need some good timing. Alternatively, you could take a video by holding down the screenshot button afterwards and then taking a screenshot of the still frame you like the most. This is definitely one for the photographers out there, and you can get some pretty neat screenshots this way, some of which you may have seen online already. You may want to crop out your character and the mailbox too so they don't get in the way of the beautiful views that you've taken. Number 3. Dream visitors. I did actually mention this one in my Dream Island guide video, but it seems like there's still a lot of people out there who don't know how to check how many people have visited their Dream Island or which dreams they've recently visited, so I thought I'd go over it again here. In order to do so, you'll need to use the Nintendo Switch Online app. Once you've connected the same Nintendo account you have on your Switch on the app, you'll be able to access the New Horizons section of this app. From here you can click Passport, now Recent Dreams, and you'll be taken not only to see your most recent Dream Islands you've visited, but also the amount of visitors you've received in total on your own Dream Island. You can also check when people have updated, which is really cool. This is very cool for those who use the Dream Island feature a lot and would like to keep track of how many people are visiting their island. As a bonus tip, if you want more people to see your Dream Island, definitely check out my website where you can submit your dream code to our Dream Code Randomizer. You can also find a bunch of other great codes there too. Number 4. Storing DIYs. Got tons of pesky DIYs lying around your island or even in your house? Don't worry, I gotcha. Since we can't properly store DIYs, the only real option we have to use with our spares is to sell them on. But sometimes it feels like a bit of a waste just to sell them when someone else might need them later. Instead of having them clutter up your island, there's actually a trick you can use to store DIYs. It isn't super fast, but it works. What you're going to want to do is put your DIYs on a table or tables right next to you. Then open up your Island Designer tool. From the menu, click on Request Cleanup. This will send all the items on the nearby table, and unfortunately the table as well, to the recycle box where your DIY recipes will be safely stored until you take them out. Although it's a bit annoying and Nintendo should have just allowed us to store DIYs, this is pretty much the only real way to store them. You could do the same for turnips too if necessary, but don't forget about them because they will still rot even in the recycle bin. Number 5. Predicting the weather. At 6:15 AM, 7:45 AM, 11:45 AM, 6:30 PM, and 10:45 PM, any TVs you own will show the news forecast. The AM forecast will show the weather for the day, and the PM forecast will show you what to expect tomorrow, which is incredibly useful for predicting the weather. There are more elaborate ways to do this with websites and such, but this simple method is my favorite because you can work with what you have in-game. Predicting the weather can be incredibly useful if you're looking to set your Dream Island during a certain time, or maybe you even want to find the rare Sealer Camp in the rain. Before we continue the video, I want to say thanks to my sponsor, The Crossing Board. The Crossing Board is an Animal Crossing magazine created by a diverse group of fans who really have a passion for the series, and this shows in their beautiful little fanzine which I'm showing off here. I have the July issue and I really love it. It has a sort of professional touch, yet it has a lot of love in it too, and that's something I really admire. I especially love this little flyer about Red, which is one of the many great details that this magazine offers. You can subscribe to get the magazine every single month for as low as £3.99 if you live in the United Kingdom, and only slightly higher in other regions. It basically works just like any other subscription service, so it's really simple and you don't have to worry too much in terms of getting your copies. Next month they're including even more pages in the magazine and an extra little gift to go alongside it too, so it's really a must-have for any Animal Crossing fan, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. If you want to learn more and subscribe to the magazine, click the link in the description, but please remember that you'll need to subscribe before the 1st of September UK time if you want to get the September issue of the magazine. Number 6. Villager hunting. If you're looking to get villagers of a certain personality type, the campsite might be a good way to do so. When a camping villager visits the campsite, they have a 60% chance of being a personality type that you don't have. This makes hunting for specific villagers a lot easier, and it could definitely aid you in getting a specific one that you've been looking for. Number 7. Transparent spots. If you're like me and want everything looking exactly how you want it, you can use transparent patterns on the ground to stop flowers, fossils and weeds from spawning. They can't spawn on top of patterns, so you could place all of these in spots where you don't want anything to appear. I realize that for a lot of you, you may want the opposite of this to happen, and honestly, I get that. But for me, I like everything being exactly where I want it, and I don't like things popping up once I've decorated certain areas. So this is a pretty good tip for people who play like this. Number 8. Bullying your villagers. Bullying your villagers doesn't actually do anything to get them to move out of your island, and I believe this was the case in previous games too. You'd think otherwise, and that they'd utterly want to leave your island after getting smacked in the head 500 times with a net, but this doesn't seem to be the case at all. In all honesty, the best way to get villagers to move out is to use an amiibo card, or honestly just to wait patiently. There are more tricks to moving people out, but since they're more elaborate, I thought I'd just go over the bullying aspect in this tip. Hopefully it'll save you a little bit of time, and definitely don't bully those villagers too much, they don't deserve it. Number 9. Villager wardrobes. If you open up a villager's wardrobe, you're in for a little treat. It'll actually show you some clothing that you've given to this villager, which is a pretty cool little detail that I honestly haven't seen many people notice or talk about. It's not the most helpful trick out there, but it's still really neat to see what you've handed out to your villagers in the past. Number 10. Variety. When it comes to New Horizons, variety is very important. You might know that certain personality types will give you certain reactions and that you'll need all personality types to get all of the reactions available in the game, but this also affects some DIYs you'll get too. Ultimately, it's a great idea to make sure you have one of each personality living on your island. Variety really is the spice of life in Animal Crossing, and this is the best way to make sure you've unlocked as much as you possibly can in the game. Who knows, even if you've been playing for months like me, you may still be missing some things. I know I definitely am, so make sure to get all of those villager personality types, even if you don't vibe as much with some of them. Be sure to join us on Discord to continue the discussion. The link is in the description. If you want to help support my channel, click the join button down below the video to become a member of the Bobs Gang. You can get a bunch of really cool perks for doing so. I really hope you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks and found them useful. I want to give a big shout out to my Twitter followers who suggested many of these to me, and I'll be leaving a link to the thread in the description so you guys can check them out even more. I'd also like to give a big thanks to all of you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.